minus 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. If I were green, I would die. I'm in need of a guy. Oh, hey. Bruce Willis should have put out more albums. Just kidding. He should never do that again. Did you pick up your Bruce Willis or Sly Stallone skins on Call of Duty? Black Ops, Cold War, $20 a pop for skin and bundle. Ooh. I just got the Die Hard one because I had some COD points saved up. It's actually a better deal if you play COD Mobile, though, because there's a new mode in multiplayer called Guns Blazing, and you can randomly power up like Super Saiyan Rambo or Super Saiyan John McClane, and you'll be double fisting guns, and you don't have to buy anything. Unlimited power! Anywho, welcome to the Intergalactic Boom Box. Like, subscribe, follow, blah, 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 at BoomboxPod on Twitter. theintergalacticboombox@gmail.com. Shout out to Philip Doan, the very first person to send me an email on the Intergalactic Boombox. I got my alien buddies here, Gits and Shiggles. Why don't you go ahead and read a little part of that email, huh? Hey, Captain. This email comes from Philip Doan. That's fun to say, isn't it? Doan. You're too easily amused. Anyway, Kyle, first, great intro, love it. Second, layout is awesome. 10 to 12 minutes total, covering topics in bit-sized chunks. Yeah, the Bitcoin part was like you described, over my head. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people get the Bitcoin thing. But I think if someone donates in Bitcoin, Satoshis, maybe Carl should make something special out of that, Giggles, you're interrupting me. Third, I enjoy the features. Notes broken down by show notes, chapter markers. Fourth, static sound effect to indicate changing topics. Awesome. Let me read some of that. Great concept, great execution, great job. Look forward to the next episodes. Thank you, Phil Doan. Hey, what's up with you printing email, wasting trees and printer ink? That ain't cheap, dude. Apple Music brings lossless audio. It won't work with Bluetooth or any of the Apple AirPods, at least not out of the gate. Android phones can do lossless, uncompressed audio, but Apple products, no. To hear true lossless quality, you need a DAC, which is digital audio converter. You plug it into your computer, your tablet, or your phone with a bunch of dongles and this, that, and the other. That sounds dirty, dongle. And most people, either hearing can't really tell a difference in quality. You'd also need wired audiophile quality headphones and, of course, hardwired stereo equipment. Again, it will not work with Bluetooth, and a huge chunk of the Apple Music library will be introduced in June for a 24-bit at 192 kilohertz, and the whole catalog will be streaming just by default Dolby Vision lossless audio. Now, iPhone and iPad cannot natively output that high quality, but the DAC makes it possible. HomePod and HomePod Mini will get a software update to allow for this, but AirPods and AirPod Max owners, no lossless for you. And it's kind of like a big middle finger to Tidal, who charges like an extra $20 a month for this stuff. And Spotify, they're going to have lossless as well. I don't know what they're going to charge yet, but Amazon Music scrambling because of this Apple announcement. And the thing is, Apple's not going to charge any more than you already pay for Apple Music. Shots fired. Now, it's kind of a pain to go back to tethered headphone listening, and it does require extra gear. But if you want the absolute maximum quality, dims the brakes. DACs can cost less than $100, up to hundreds of dollars. It's anybody's guess if Apple will make it where the AirPods and AirPods Max can do this, but they will get the spatial audio thing, which is kind of like 3D. Anyone asking why Bluetooth doesn't work this way is because Bluetooth doesn't allow that for that kind of data transfer. So I went ahead and ordered a $60 off-brand DAC, digital audio converter. It has a lightning connector, so it's just plug and play with the iPhone. And then I'm going to pop the wired headphones into the other end, and wha-bam! Tinnitus City. Army of the Dead is on Netflix. Zombie heist from the mind of Zack Snyder. It's exactly the big budget B movie that everyone needs in their cinematic diet after a year of isolation. Dave Bautista and his team hired by a shady casino owner to go into a zombie-infested Las Vegas and retrieve his fortune. Now, why is Vegas an undead wasteland? The viewer's treated to a really cool intro opening credit sequence. Zach's really good at this stuff. But anyway, ragtag group of cookie cutter soldier types that are actually quite likable. rock solid cast and acting. They replaced the helicopter pilot actor because he is accused of some very, very bad things. And they got Tig Notaro to replace. And they shot Tig Notaro, a comedian, actually green screened the entire time. Did not shoot with the cast because that was, the film was already done. And they shot her stuff all by itself with green screen and everything. They had to color correct and light everything just right. For some shots, it just looks like the helicopter pilot's just walking down the way, looking cool, like the rest of the Batista team. Now, Batista, he gets the biggest character arc. Let's face it, he's the biggest star on the bunch there. He plays a short order cook with an estranged daughter. And the other standout is Dieter, a hilarious German safecracker who is completely out of his element among soldier types. This thing had $90 million budget. That's a lot of dough from Netflix. And you see it on the screen. It's really cool. Zombie aesthetics that you haven't really seen before or used in unique ways here. That's 2.5 hours. Some are thinking that's way too long, but the pace works with me, I think. I mean, come on, Aliens, one of the greatest action sci-fi thriller movies of all time, is 2 hours and 20 minutes and influenced everything, including this. There's a lot of tropes you see from sci-fi, and they even have one gal in the team that is kind of like Vasquez from Aliens with the red bandana. There's some really well done action sequences, plenty of time to breathe and then build it up again. Shout out to Valentine, the zombie tiger. That's right, zombie tiger. And a zombie horse. We didn't get to learn the horse's name, though. There's like a hierarchy. There's a zombie king and a zombie queen. I think my biggest complaint is occasionally things come to a screeching halt despite the clock ticking so characters can explore their feelings. Come on, guys, finish the mission. Get the money, get out of there. Kill zombies. And be all Feely McFeelerson later. It's inevitable to compare this with Snyder's last zombie foray from 2004, which was his first movie, Dawn of the Dead. The remake. They really aren't the same thing. I mean, I love that remake. It still holds up. It's intense and scary and dark and serious, and it works way better than any remake should. I mean, it's right up there with John Carpenter's The Thing as far as remakes go. Screenplays by James Gunn. I think it's a modern classic. Army of the Dead holds no connection to any previous zombie universe, and it's pretty much a straightforward action movie, tongue firmly planted in cheek. There's thrills and laughs on a whole different level. I prefer Dawn of the Dead, but as an action movie, it's definitely a great one for 2021. Bring your nachos, because there is plentiful cheese pouring out all over the place. Lots of plot holes to drive through. Oh, and I can say I'm not always thrilled with the soundtrack choices. They're almost all covers in this. And I'm like, the original's better, dude! And it's a little too on the nose to use Zombie by the Cranberries, because the song actually has nothing to do with zombies. Zombie, There's an animated prequel on the way, a live-action prequel focusing on Data, the safecracker, and how the whole team met up. It's called Army of Thieves. If Netflix greenlights a sequel, Zach has plans up his sleeve there too, because, things could definitely continue in this universe. It's a lot of fun. I'd happily watch it again. Kudos for several whoa moments. There's great gore effects, practical and CG. Just check your expectations, and you'll have a good time. I say stream it now on the Flicks of Net. The Powerpuff Girls live-action pilot. Yeah, it's happening. At the CW, the original pilot didn't work, so they're redoing it. To which I have the only response. Gits, Shiggles, open the airlock. Aye, aye, Captain. You don't disgrace Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. Not on my watch. Execute Operation Cosmic Flush in 3, 2, 1. Once again, the day is saved. Hallelujah. Thanks a lot, guys. Some days I really love my job. The Intergalactic Boom Box is on a value-for-value model made up of 3 vital ingredients: time, talent, and treasure. Podcastindex.org is a growing list of every show out there representing freedom from censorship. If the big guys shut down your favorite podcast, they will keep the lights on at podcastindex.org. This show is available wherever you follow and listen to podcasts, but I want to make a recommendation: newpodcastapps.com. has a slew of free indie podcast players, totally free for mobile and desktop. These apps can expand your listening experience with Podcasting 2.0 enabled shows, such as this very one. Chapters, images, links all displaying as they're discussed upon playback or streaming. My favorite feature is sending a customizable amount of listener donations in real time as you listen. Now, instead of dollar amounts like through PayPal, the 2.0 value for value block uses Satoshis, which are the smallest unit of Bitcoin. 100 Satoshis equals 4 cents. These apps can send on a per minute basis, which you can adjust. The easiest way is to load up on Satoshis and listen to 2.0 podcast all on the same app. Breeze, B-R-E-E-Z. Breeze. Then you set the sliders on the sats per minute on the app interface. You have the option to boost a preset amount manually as you listen. You like a topic or opinion? Hit that boost button, baby! Satoshis are cents on the dollar and go straight to the podcaster. No middleman. Podcasting 2.0 is still in its infancy, and there's a bit of a learning curve. But if you're interested in donating in crypto, I think it's just so cool. Instead of doing a Patreon thing or paying a monthly subscription fee, you decide. It's like, okay, this episode was good. I'm gonna throw some, here's 50 cents basically. And then it's like, oh, this one was full of topics I could care less about. And your wallet's not tapped for stuff you don't care about. You're in control. And this whole Podcasting 2.0 movement is what inspired me to do a podcast nowadays. Adam Curry and Dave Jones with their Podcasting 2.0 podcast. There's a bunch of developers testing, building, improving these apps, and over time they'll be streamlined, and then they'll be super easy to understand. So try out these Podcasting 2.0 features on the apps listed at newpodcastapps.com. My personal favorite, Podfriend. Whoa, look at the time. I need to make like a tree and get out of here. Drop me a line at boomboxpod. Give a follower and holler. The Intergalactic Boom Box at gmail.com. That's all I got. Okay, bye.